Eddie Soldiers. I tried to film this earlier, but the sun was so sunshiny and it was just, you couldn't see me at all. It was really just like a blur of white, but now it's cloudy outside. We're gonna film this video. So I might have accidentally done a lot of on-purpose book buying, who said that? And book hauling in the month of February, and I know it's March now, but I just wanted to put this up just because I got a lot of stuff and I'm very excited and I wanted to share thoughts and opinions and reviews with all you guys. We're just gonna keep this introduction short and go right into books. Let's go. First book, no one is surprised at this. I got Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. Shiny. I haven't read this yet. I know a lot of people that have, and they said they had really mixed feelings on it. I hear you kind of hate the main character in this book, so I'm a little bit nervous. On the topic of Glass Sword, I also got Cruel Crown, which is the two novellas. One of them is by Captain Farley, and the other one is by the former queen, who is technically Cal's mother. These were just okay. They weren't as great as I thought they were gonna be, but it was interesting to see a little bit more of palace life and get inside the villain's head. This next book, I was a little iffy on. I wasn't sure how this was going to go, because Revenge and the Wild by Michelle Modesto is a paranormal steampunk western novel. She pulled it off. I don't know how she managed that, but she did. This was an awesome book. We have the Old West, but then we also have some steampunk things. Our main character, Westy, has a steampunk metal arm and is super badass. We have vampires, we have trolls and leprechauns, and we also have the natives that are somehow magical, the Wintu, that can control elements and such. It's a very cool idea. Plus, cannibalism. A book that I adored. Oh my goodness. A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. We have 4 alternate reality Londons. Really, what more do you need to know about this book? Our main character, Kel, is an Antari, which means he's like a blood magician, and he is one of the only people that can go between these alternate dimensions. And one day, he accidentally smuggles something that he totally should not have smuggled, and, you know, stuff goes down. The worlds, I thought it would be hard to keep them apart, but V.E. Schwab does a fantastic job of intertwining them and weaving them together and making it very clear which universe is which. And I loved all of the different royalty between it. I love how the city changed. I love the addition of magic to each dimension. In fact, I loved Dark Shade of Magic so much that I just got the sequel! A Gathering of Shadows, which I am currently reading and most likely will have finished by the time this video goes up. No spoilers, this takes place 4 months after the events in A Darker Shade of Magic, and oh man, guys, the struggle is real. I think this is even better than A Darker Shade of Magic, and I'm only a couple, well, oh wow, I'm a lot further in than I thought I was. Up next is a book by a local author that I think you kind of already know. Miss Erin Latimer on the Word Nerd channel, who has joined me a couple times in my books, has, you know, written a book. A novel called Frost. This has to do with a girl named Megan who finds herself with some powers that accidentally freeze the first guy she ever kisses. Which, you know, awkward. She eventually goes on to find out she's caught in a war between the Norse gods. So we do go to Asgard, we go to Ragnarok, we get Loki in this, we get a whole bunch of Norse mythology goodness, and I cannot wait to start. A book that I finally broke down and bought is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. It has to do with a girl who writes letters to everyone that she's had a crush on but never sends them, and then one day they accidentally get sent out to every boy she's ever had a crush on, so it just seems like a fun adventure, and I know I'm kind of last on this train, so why am I explaining this to you guys? It looks cute, I'm gonna read this. Another one I started is Imposter Queen by Sarah Fine. Our main character in this, Ellie, is being trained to become the next, like, wizard magician kind of woman. Whenever the queen dies, and the queen is the one who has all the power, the magic will transfer to a new host. However, the queen dies, and then the magic goes AWOL, and no one knows where it is. And as far as I know, she runs away and then develops feelings for the rebels. The first couple chapters aren't grabbing me too much, so I'm hoping this will get better as it goes along. A book that had a lot of hype that did not disappoint is Melissa Lander's Starflight. In 2 words, intergalactic space pirates. I loved the relationship between the 2 main characters, I loved the world building, I loved the whole gotta escape to the outer rims, I loved the whole conspiracy theory aspect of it. This was really, really great. I very much so enjoyed this. Speaking of intergalactic, I have Stars Above by Marissa Mayer! This is a collection of short stories about the Lunar Chronicles world and the characters before and after, and oh my gosh, I loved this so much. And I'm not a big novella short story person, but the Lunar Chronicles rocked. We get to know more about Wolf, we get to know more about his and Scarlett's relationship, we get Crest a little bit, which was so heartbreaking. We get the wedding at the end between two characters who I'm not going to tell you about if you haven't already read it. It was great to read more about the world because I just don't want it to end. It's such a fantastic series. Moving on to a book that I wish did have a series, I have The Shadow Queen by C.J. Redwine. This is a creepy, freaking awesome Snow White retelling, except Snow White is a badass witch. She has a brother, the evil queen is freaking crazy, and the prince is both the huntsman and the prince, as well as casually being a dragon in his spare time. Talk about strong female characters who can wield magic like a mofo. Oh my god, I freaking loved Lorelai in this. She was really great. She knew what she had to do. She went for it, man. And the prince, oh my gosh, there's so much character building with him. I loved him so much. Through a series of unfortunate circumstances that you will only find out if you read this book, oh, my heart kept breaking in pieces, and you just feel his struggle, and he's so well done. I love everything about this. Okay, a book I do not have a physical copy of, but I did read this month is Reign of Shadows by Sophie Jordan. In truth, I was not super impressed with this book. I loved the idea of the world though. Oh my gosh, it was so creepy and weird. Our main character has a trait that I'm not going to mention because it's a total spoiler that makes her way more interesting than just the damsel in distress. She like wants to see more of the world. And our main male protagonist is a lot more hardcore than I thought. And it was very insta-lovey. It was, I don't know, something about it. Can't put my finger on it though. But it was a solid 4 stars. I quite enjoyed the idea of it. And I also got some new adult this month. So I got 2 by the same author. I got Cam Girl and Black Iris by Leah Rader. Cam Girl is kind of what you expect. It is a book with the main character is a cam girl. I thought this went way more into sexuality and gender identity than I thought it was going to, and I really, really enjoyed that. And this is especially good, I think, for the LGBTQIAP community, because this exceeded every expectation I had. Black Iris, I do not know that much about, to be truthful. Something about, you know, girl, there's an event that traumatizes her and then she has to go like make friends and be a part of the real world again and something or other. The characters on the back sounded really cute and fun, so I will give this a shot. One more new adult. I got my very first Kathleen Hoover book, and that is Hopeless, because there's so much hype going around about Kathleen Hoover, and I've never read anything by her, just by happenstance, and Hopeless seemed the most interesting when I searched them up on Goodreads, so we're gonna give this a go. Alright, I also got a couple of ARCs, because through my work, I am working with HarperCollins a little bit now, so thank you very much for sending me these. The first book, that is This Is Where the World Ends by Amy Zhang. Ooh, bookmark. Save that. This I really enjoyed. It was very We Are Liars meets Speak meets I'll Give You the Sun. I like this a lot because it has the event and then the before and after in 2 different characters' points of view, but you don't know what the event is and you have to work it out yourself, and I really like those kinds of books. And there was a lot of great metaphorical symbolism kind of stuff in here, and both our main characters are really, really fun. I really liked Janie, so she's kind of crazy. This next one I read the majority of, but have not finished yet, and that is Burning Glass by Catherine Purdy, and I believe this is also already out. Our main character here is a girl who can take on the emotions of those around her, and that part of the book was very interesting. My favorite scenes are when she is just completely out of herself because she's so overwhelmed by all these other emotions, and that was really, really cool to read about her character struggle. And our Prince Nikolai is really, really awesome. I liked him a lot because even though she can tell what his emotions are, he always says something that's opposite of that, so it's really like, what's he gonna say? How's he gonna say it? Is that how he really feels? I did feel the plot was a little bit stereotypical, and we had all the stereotypical the evil king, the moody prince, the, you know, person that helps her along. The next arc is not really my cup of tea, but that's just personal preference, and this also comes out sometime in March, so I'm not sure when. A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallero. If you haven't already guessed by the title, this is a Sherlock and Watson kind of retelling, except Sherlock's a girl, which I really enjoyed because she was really funny and just sarcastic and rude and blank the entire time. Watson character is very cute and fun and really shy and awkward. I just personally don't really like Sherlock and Holmes stories. Like Sherlock Holmes is cool and all. I just don't have a strong connection. So if you like Sherlock and Holmes, I would recommend this, but if not, you maybe pass. The last arc I actually have not read because it came out before I got the arc, so I haven't read it yet, but it looks very interesting. Assassin's Heart by Sarah Heers. It's about multiple families of assassins trying to out-assassin each other. Our main character is obviously friends with these other assassin families, and one day comes home and finds her family assassinated. So she goes out to seek revenge on the family that betrayed hers. And I've also heard good reviews from some of my friends who have read this, so check this one out. Alright, this month I also thrifted a ridiculous amount of books, and this is the thing that a lot of people are like, oh my god, Rachel, you're like so rich or whatever. I'm like, no, I swear. About 75% of all these books in my book hauls are thrifted, so they're like $1 or like $3 a piece. So the first book I thrifted is Finding Audrey by Sophie Kinsella. I can't believe I found this at a thrift store. It's in fantastic condition. I heard about this a lot. It's about a 14-year-old named Audrey who has really bad anxiety, and I would love to read this. I hear it gets great reviews. Another one I'm very excited about is, oh geez, The Throne of Fire by Rick Riordan. I totally forgot what it was called. This is the second in the Kane Chronicles trilogy. I read and really enjoyed the first one, mostly because I am very interested in Egyptian mythology, so that was really cool. Alright, the next 4 have to be prefaced by a little explanation. I have read the Soul Screamer series by Rachel Vincent, but it's quite long. So I have the first one, which is My Soul to Take, the second one, which is My Soul to Save, and the third one, which is My Soul to Keep. And I just kept seeing them on my bookshelf, and I'm like, it's so unfinished. So I finally buckled down, went to thrift books, and ordered the next 4. So the next 4 include My Soul to Steal, If I Die, Before I Wake, and lastly, With All My Soul. I'm just going to binge read the entire series over a weekend sometime. This other one is another second sequel book, and that is Sapphire Blue, which is the second in the Ruby Red trilogy by Kirsten Gier. I'm not a huge fan of the time travel plot lines. I don't know why, I just don't like them, but I really enjoyed Ruby Red, and you know, the second one was at a thrift store, so let's just keep adding on to this series. I got another Jennifer Smith book, which are like adorable, cutesy romances, and that is This Is What Happy Looks Like. It's in brand new condition, it's lovely, so this is just gonna be like some cute, summery, fun time spring reads. And lastly, I got Witches of East End by Melissa de la Cruz. I did not enjoy her vampire one. Oh, what was that even called? I don't even remember. But I hear better reviews about the Witches of East End, and again, it was like $2. And just before you thought I was done, you were wrong! I also bought 2 ebooks this month. I bought both Destroy Me and Fracture Me, which are the novellas to Tahereh Mafi's Shatter Me series. In Destroy Me, we see through Warner's point of view, and I really enjoyed it. He's just such a twisted, messed up character. Seeing from his point of view was really great because you really see just how messed up and twisted he is. You also start to understand why he's so obsessed with Juliet, because I thought that was a little bit weird. It's like everyone's obsessed with her, but you get why, and it actually makes sense, and it's not just because, oh my gosh, she's blindingly beautiful. In Fracture Me, we get to see from Adam's point of view, and it's no secret that I do not like Adam. I think he's a whiny little bitch. He's so bitter and full of rage, and I don't like his character at all, even when he's being adorable with James, because you do see more with James in there. I don't know, I don't buy him. Alright, there you have it. There's my ginormous February book haul. I am gonna get right on reading. Just finished Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, which was amazing. Holy crap, why did I not read this sooner? I'm reading A Gathering of Shadows, then I need to read Frost, and then I'm going to read Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. Please tell me I'm not the only one freaking out about this, because I'm so freaking excited! Yeah! Click on A Gathering of Shadows to like the video, and click on stars above to subscribe. Hope you're having a nice day wherever you are, and I will see you all next week. Bye!